This is Matrix Lord 212, and today I want to talk about Doctor Who, and I want to go into detail about the character of Amelia Pond, which, when she grows up, becomes Amy Pond. When we first see the character in the 11th hour, she's Amelia Pond, she's all alone, and she's praying to Santa. Now, this is, I believe, Easter time, and a lot of things just don't make sense about the 11th hour episode. I remember discussing this with Asper 2009, and I just subscribed now, and Asper 2009 even made a video about my hypothesis. But why is Amelia Pond praying to Santa? Why is she alone? And she talks about the dolls, the fish, and the pencils. Now, there's been a lot of fish references in the 11th hour. And there's also a lot of red. Amy Pond's always wearing, well, Amelia Pond was wearing red. The only food that the Doctor was able to like was fish, fingers, and custard. And also, they allude to cracks in the wall, the 2 points in time that should never have touched. Uh, you know, we never really got an explanation about the cracks, but just picture Prisoner Zero leaving the prison every night, just like River Song, and never being stopped, building a life for himself in the universe that when the time did come, he would be able to free himself from the prison permanently with an army of maybe silence. Um, where do these cracks lead? Do they lead to alternate realities, a different universe, a different dimension? Well, obviously the silence are from this universe with the cracks. But who is protecting Amelia Pond when she grows up from Prisoner Zero? Because obviously Prisoner Zero was incarcerated for a reason. I mean, maybe he killed people or she killed people. So um, who is protecting Amelia Pond? And her house is awfully, awfully huge. And now that I remember the Girl Who Waited episode, her house could be like a fixture or a point where it leads to all these different universes, like tied together. Her house could be a TARDIS, a paradox machine. So many rooms, even if she had parents, there was way too many rooms. And the universe didn't make sense. As the Doctor stated, no ducks in a duck pond. Everybody knew who Amy Pond was. And Rory, was he from the prison? Was he put on Earth as a guardian to Amy Pond? Well, we see him with a 1990s name badge. We see that later on, Let's Kill Hitler, like, he was a child and they grew up together. So things keep changing, but Rory Williams doesn't make sense either. Even in A Doctor's Wife, Rory Williams said they came for me every night. For 2,000 years, not to be destroyed without being able to be repaired. Of course somebody came for him. Somebody was repairing him every single day. So, Amy and Rory, even like the notion of fairy tale, there's always, every time, like in the end of Forest of the Dead, River talked about sweet dreams, everyone. That was her final words. In Time Angels, Flesh and Stone, she was reading about something about when people fail to dream, angels will come, or something like that. There's a lot of things going on with mention of dreams. I'm like 50% sure that this whole Series 5 and 6 is in a dream world. I mean, it always goes back to the notion that, like, she's the head of the universe, Amy Pond, and everything flows from her mind, from around her. I really do think that this Series 7 is going to end in tragedy. Amy Pond and Rory Williams may die. I mean, this is, it's going to end in tragedy. It's not going to end in happiness, I don't think. So, and if the universe was a dream and all of a sudden the Doctor had to free himself from it, that means that, Rory, River would have to escape it, and then Amy and Roy would cease to be, or something, or maybe the only way to save the universe is for Amy Pond and Rory to die. So I don't know. I mean, Stephen Moffat's a brilliant, brilliant writer. I mean, you know, the red balloons. There's always red balloons. There's red balloons in God Complex. There's red balloons in the Big Bang. Amelia Pond, I think, was holding a red balloon. Constant red balloons, bird tweets, which signified the dream world. Which I think, with Omega from the Three Doctors episode, there was bird tweets. I think that's where we first saw the bird tweets. And I think Stephen Moffat remembers that. Because even in The Girl in the Fireplace, there was bird tweets. I mean, there's a lot of bird tweets, there's fish references, and, we have to really, the silence. Now, what are they? Did Prisoner Zero bring them to our universe to build an army? Did they really take over the universe? Because even the Daleks, like, everybody knows about them, but nobody seems to be going after them. Nobody seems to be stopping them for whatever reason. So there's got to be a reason why nobody wants to mess with the silence. And the term silence will fall. At first I thought that was like, I'm thinking now that the silence will fall because the question will be asked, Doctor Who, and I think that the Doctor will defeat the silence. But there's been many interpretations about silence will fall. But when silence does fall, there's silence, there's quiet, there's nothing going on. There's, So, but there is a creature called the silence. So, I'm just wondering, if there's going to be some massive war against the silence. Are they going to have, like, the Cybermen be annoyed that the Doctor went after them because of the silence? Are they going to attack the silence? Are the Daleks going to come back and attack the silence? I think all these races are going to go to war with the silence. And Madame Kavarian, who is she? Is she like a future Doctor companion that turns on the Doctor? Because she has some hatred for this guy. I mean, it just goes so deep that she won't even kill people. She'll just, like, take babies and shape them and, waste time just, like, raising that person to hate the Doctor. I mean, she really has a grudge for the Doctor. So who is this character, Madame Corvarian? And Rory Williams, like, I like the character of Rory Williams. But then there's sometimes I'm like, which Rory is this? I have to ask. Is he a nurse? Is he a Roman soldier? Is he trained in combat? Is he weakling? Is he a bumbling idiot? But then is he arrogant and conceited and, talks in the past tense? He just, you think who Roy Williams is, and then something new happens, and it's like, who is this guy? I mean, why do I have this feeling he's going to be like a Turlo character, just turning on the Doctor, or turning out to be evil? I mean, I even get the sense from River, as I stated in other videos, that, she doesn't really embrace him as dad. It's like, he's just there, so I don't know. I mean, I, for a while ago, said that Roy Williams was Omega, which would mean that River Song is the granddaughter of Omega. I said that a long time ago, and then I started thinking, well, maybe Rory Williams is the Master's child. But I think would be better. He might be better that Omega is, Rory Williams from the Chameleon Arch. Maybe with the Time War. I mean, you got to think about this. With the Time War going on, the Time Lords don't want to lose. There's no rules. I mean, you either live or you die. And you're going up against a Dalek. You eliminate the time, the regeneration limit. You bring it back Rassilon. You bring back the Master. Hey, you know what? Go get Omega. Get Omega. Anybody that's going to stop, the Gallifrey from being destroyed. So, who's to say that the Time Lords didn't save Omega and bring him out of that universe and brought him here? And then when, the Time War was going on, they felt, you know what? Let's just erase his memory and throw him on Earth, and he'll be a child. And, he grew up with Amy Pond, so. And I think, they constantly, Amelia Pond's been visited by different races. I think that they noticed this what's happening. It was a trap from the very beginning. And Rory could be Omega. He could be Omega. He may even better than being the Master's, son, because that, being Omega, if Rory Williams was Omega, that would be awesome. Because, once his memory came back, it would be like Professor Yan, when, he was a good guy, and then all of a sudden, boom, instantaneous, oh, I remember you, I'm the Master, I'm gonna kill you. I mean, that's what the Master was. It was just like, so Rory Williams, he may be Omega. We gotta look for that. But you know, and Amy Pond may go out like fighting Rory Williams. Who knows? I mean, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, there's so many different things you could say. Uh, you know, even Rory Williams could be. I mean, one of them has got to be a Time Lord. You can't just say like the TARDIS is like an easy bake oven, and there's two people in there, you know, having relations. All of a sudden, boom, out comes a Time Lord. No way, no way. That doesn't make any sense. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. All right? Take it easy. Bye.